In this video, I'm going to explain to you exactly what is happening with the subreddit Wall Street Bets, with GameStop, with AMC, and with NOC. Let's get into it. Hi everyone, welcome to Money with Mark. This is the personal finance channel all about money, how we earn it, how we spend it, and how we invest it, helping you become financially independent or achieve whatever goals you have. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, then hit the subscribe button down below this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel where you'll get more great videos like this one. Okay, so let's talk about Wall Street Bets and about GameStop. And to start, we're gonna start from the beginning. And this story starts off with professional Wall Street investors. Hedge fund managers and professional investors control about 80% of the entire capital within the stock market. And these professional investors decided that the company GameStop was overvalued. So what they did was they did something called shorting the stock. Now, to understand what that means, we need to know what just buying a stock means. When you buy a stock, that usually indicates that you expect that stock or that company to increase in value. And then you would, in theory, sell your shares at a later point in date at a higher value and make some money. So that is one form of a bet, essentially, that you can place on a company. But you can also do the exact opposite bet. Whereas if you think a company is going to go down in value, you can do something that's called short selling. And you can do this in a variety of different ways. The point is, though, for short selling, you are essentially betting on that company to decrease in value. And that's how you would make money short selling. So a lot of these professional investors and hedge fund managers decided that GameStop was overvalued. And a lot of them placed bets with margin, which means they took out loans to place these bets on the company GameStop, which is GME. Now, there's a really popular subreddit called Wall Street Bets. And essentially what this is just an online forum where you can chat and talk about different stocks or companies you want to invest in. And some of the people in this forum saw that this was happening from these professional investors. And what they decided is they wanted to give a big fuck you to the professional investors by placing a bet against what they just bet. So what happened was that these professional investors had shorted GameStop. And then the Reddit thread decided to buy GameStop, which is essentially saying that the company is going to increase in value. And so what the Reddit community did was they actually bought this stock, which caused the price to go up. What that means is that the people who originally said, we're going to short this stock and we think the price is going to go down, so that's the professional hedge fund investors, is what happened is that they ended up having to pay back all of their bets plus a lot more. And this has resulted in hedge funds and professional investors losing millions and sometimes even billions of dollars. And the reason why is because there was so much buying and so much inflating of this stock that these regular everyday people like you and I bought so much of this stock that they inflated the value over 1,000% in a matter of 4 days. Now, as you can imagine, the professional investors and hedge fund managers on Wall Street are pretty upset about this. And a lot of them are not going to be able to afford to buy a second boat this summer to take to their house in the Hamptons. And as a result of this, they've decided to put pressure on the regulatory bodies and media to portray this as a very dangerous event. And they actually shut down trading of GameStop and also AMC. Plus, one of the biggest and most popular trading platforms for retail investors, called Robinhood, they actually are no longer allowing the buying and selling of AMC or GameStop. Now, the big question is this legal? Well, I'm not a lawyer and I don't really understand the law, but I can tell you this, it's not very different from what the actual professional Wall Street investors do. But the funny thing is that in 2020, no one seemed to have a problem when an electric car manufacturer suddenly soared over 600% in 1 year. Meanwhile, nothing had actually changed about the company. And that's because a lot of these professional investors were already invested in Tesla. And so even though Tesla is being pumped up, the professional investors were reaping the benefits of that stock being inflated. So of course, no one halted trading of Tesla, and it was actually introduced into the S&P 500 as one of the biggest 500 companies in the United States. Because of this inflated price, Tesla is now the most valuable car manufacturer in the entire world. Yet they only produce a small percentage of the actual cars and money that the actual bigger manufacturers do. But of course, Tesla was never halted in their trading, and you can still buy and sell Tesla freely on Robinhood. So this may leave us thinking that this is a huge win for the little guys, you know, David versus Goliath, and finally David has won and taken down Goliath. But it's not as simple as that. Let me explain. You see, even though these stocks have been pumped up and inflated, they are most likely going to come down in value. And as a matter of fact, GameStop has already been coming down in value. This is partly because Robinhood and the SEC has halted trading for these stocks, causing fear and causing people to sell off. But it's also because the fact that these people who have put money into it want to take out their money and also start reaping in the profits. And that will inevitably cause the stocks to come back down to earth. They still might be higher than a week ago when people started pumping up the stock, but it's going to come down dramatically. Which means that the retail investors, the everyday people like you and I, who initially had the big win and cost hedge funds billions of dollars, regardless of how awesome I think that is, which I think it's like really fucking awesome because I really hate the like professional investor group. The point is, it's gonna hurt a lot of the little people as well, the little retail investors like you and I. And the most important thing that you need to know about this is that these forums that are trying to pump and inflate the prices of stocks, it's nothing new. These have been around for decades, and there's plenty of forums on lots of different websites, including Reddit, that have always been promoting stocks here and trashing other stocks there, all with the same hope to grab a massive group of people together, pump up the stock, and really it's the people who got in at the beginning and then hopefully sell if they do sell at some point and make a profit that really reap the rewards, and then the other 90% of people will actually end up losing money. But there is a way that you can profit from things like Wall Street bets. And the way you can profit from it is by smashing the like button on this video to help spread it to more people and help with the YouTube algorithm. Please, please, please. Thank you. No, I'm just kidding. But to actually profit and reap the rewards from something like GameStop or just Wall Street bets in general, what you'll need to do is actually watch my next video, which is going to talk exactly about how I plan to profit off of GameStop and using Wall Street bets. So click the subscribe button down below this video to get my next video coming out in a day, where I'm going to talk to you about how you can profit off of these pumps and dumps. And if you're watching this video a couple of days from now, I'm actually going to link to that video right here, and you can click and watch the next video right now. So I have a question for you. Did that explain things a little bit on what's happening with Wall Street bets and GameStop? Let me know down in the comments below, and I'd be happy to answer any other questions that you may still have. That's it for this video, and I will see you in the next video where we're going to be talking about how you can profit off of Wall Street Bets subreddit. That's it. I'll see you next video. Peace out.